Hello guys and welcome to VoloKin Project. Today I'm going to do a quick review of the Red Hydrogen 1. It's been a few months after the release, all the bugs has been ironed out and the price just dropped from 1300 to 999, which makes it one of the most impressive and unique phones money can buy at the moment right now. You've got the 4V holographic display, you can watch 3D content without the need of glasses, you've got the 3D cameras at the back, 3D cameras at the front, the unique design, and man, I really like this phone. And that's a perfect reminder of why I started my YouTube channel back in the day. I simply don't trust the big YouTubers because if they don't get paid well enough, they simply don't produce a positive review for your phone. There are quite a lot of examples. Let's say the biggest example is LG phones. I don't know why they don't want to pay those YouTubers, but as you see, all the big YouTubers are constantly bashing LG, and in reality they're one of the best phones at the market right now. But anyway, the situation is similar with Red simply because they delayed the phone with like 6-7 months. There was no information, a little bit of confusion, and people started canceling their orders. So when it came out, it had a little bit of bugs. It was a little bit expensive, the cameras were not really that great apart from the 3D part, so everybody put down negative reviews. I read these reviews and I was like, I gotta definitely give it a try to myself, and man, I'm so happy that I did. This again is one of the most impressive phones money can buy, guys, and here's why. Let's start with the design and build quality, guys, and this is the first impression that you get of this phone, that it's absolutely massive. It's bigger than anything else and it's wider and heavier, 270 grams. This phone is absolutely humongous and is definitely not pocket friendly. So that's one thing you gotta keep in mind. Red just released a silicone case for it for like 50 bucks, which is a ripoff, but considering how expensive the phone is, yeah, that makes sense. So what do we have at the back? The 3D cameras over here, this really nice carbon fiber feeling material. Check this out, guys. That's so strong. Even if you drop it, you're not gonna have a problem with that. Red Media Machine logo over here, really nice logo. Check this out, it's a little bit recessed like that. On the side we've got our camera button. I never really used this button, I must admit. The fingerprint reader is over here and it's one of the quickest, sound mounted fingerprint readers you can get. It has face unlock as well. Let me show you how well it works. Well, you have to swipe like that, it's not automatic. On this side we've got the volume buttons and at the bottom the USB Type-C port, the two microphones, and at the top, check this out, guys, micro SD SIM. That's one of the coolest SIM trays I have ever seen, and of course 3.5mm jack. At the front we've got one speaker here and the 3D cameras over here. Check this out, guys, there's the notification LED here, and that's the single biggest notification LED I've ever seen. You can download an additional application and tweak the colors to your liking depending on the notifications as well. So well done, Red. At the bottom we've got one more speaker here, and that's just a design thing over here. There's nothing underneath this part over here, but man, this phone is absolutely massive in the hand. It's not comfortable, and again, for jeans it's gonna make probably a hole in your pockets. So you gotta be careful when using this phone, guys. One more thing, at the back is this, let's say, Moto Mod project that they had. The idea was exactly like the Moto Mods. You slap a camera mod and you get a crazy camera, but apparently they dumped this project for whatever reasons, and we've got no mods available as of summer 2019. The display of the phone is a 5.7-inch Quad HD LCD screen and is definitely good enough. One thing I should mention is that you don't have the settings to tweak the colors, which is a little bit of a bummer because the display itself is a little bit on the cold side, but apart from that, it's very interesting that actually doesn't feel like 5.7, it feels like at least 6.2, I guess due to the sheer size of this beast, but you're not gonna have any problems with the screen. It's one of the best LCDs available at the market right now. What about the sound of this phone? Well, we've got one speaker over here, one speaker over here, and the situation is very similar to the Xperia devices. They're not very loud, but the quality is good unless you crank them all the way up, and they distort a little bit, unfortunately, so hear me out. Of course, you've got the stereo. Let me see where it was, guys. Over here, audio 3D. Check this out with the audio 3D option. What this audio 3D gives you is a nice 3D effect, and it reduces the overall loudness. So basically the speakers are quite good unless you crank them all the way up because they start a little bit. And they are not very good in loud environments because they're not very loud. But if you're looking at a movie at home, these speakers are absolutely brilliant, guys. What about the 3.5mm jack? Well, the headphone output is a little bit above the average, and it's good thing that you've got USB Type-C, so pretty much you can use one of the HTC dongles or the Xiaomi dongles to increase the overall loudness of the 3.5mm output, so it's good that you have this versatility on this particular phone. Inside this beast you've got 4500 milliamp hours of battery. The recharge times are a little bit weird. You got 90% for just 1 hour 20 minutes, which is absolutely superb, guys, but the rest takes another 1 hour. So basically 200% is pretty much 2 hours. But check this out, 6 hours of screen on time over here, 5 hours 37 minutes, 6 hours 23 minutes, 5 hours 28 minutes, 7 hours and 2 minutes over here, 5 hours 35 minutes over here, 5 hours 52 minutes here with 5% left. So yeah, battery life is quite solid, guys. You can easily get to 7 hours of screen on time, which is impressive considering the LCD Quad HD screen, which is 3D. Of course, performance-wise, Snapdragon 835, absolutely no problems whatsoever. And about the benchmarks, that's Kazja over here, 53 FPS on average, which pretty much doubles in real-time scenario, so gaming is not a problem. It doesn't really heat up because it's so thick over here, guys. And if you want to see the rest of the benchmarks, you gotta follow me on Twitter at VoloKin Project, of course. Now, software-wise, the phone pretty much runs stock Android. The launcher is quite interesting. It reminds me of the Nova because when you go to the settings, all the menus are pretty much the same as Nova. You can actually rearrange the icons over here. You can put your own icons. One thing is that you can't really change the position of these buttons, but there are plenty of applications which support that. And don't forget, it's an American phone, so they use the back button over here on the left for whatever reason, which is not the biggest deal in the world. Apart from that, yeah, pretty much stock Android, no problems whatsoever. Check this out, guys. Everything is nice and white and clean over here, and the only additional applications are those ones over here. Red Player, that's your 4V or 3D content player. The Hydrogen network over here, where you can find a few movies. There are like 20 movies, something like that, not very much. The Red Layer Loft application, which you can download 3D games, apart from the Asphalt 8, which nobody plays anymore. The other games are a little bit retarded and they're only like 20 games, something like that. So in terms of the 4V content, it's not very useful. H101, there's the forums of the Red Hydrogen one. And now the highlight of the phone, the 3D cameras. There is an application called HoloPix. That's pretty much an Instagram for 3D pictures. And check this out, guys. I'm going to try to show on camera how do these pictures look like. And over here, if you go to my page, I've got a few pictures shared as well. I'm gonna try to show you on the camera, so check this out, guys. That's how the 3D content looks like. I know you can't really tell from the camera, it's not the same, but the 3D effect is definitely there, guys. And I've got a few more pictures. Check this out, this AMG over here, that's myself with the front facing camera. You can adjust the 3D effect when you take the photos as well, but that's definitely the highlight of this phone. Check this out, guys. That's absolutely stunning. Check this 3D like postcard, like there's the Oppo Find X as well. Again, it doesn't look very impressive on the phone, but it's absolutely ridiculous when you look at it with your own eyes, guys. And the application is quite good as well, because every day there are different content uploaded. You've got the top pictures over here. Some of them are really quite nice. Check this cow over here, guys. That's absolutely ridiculous. My father was absolutely stunned with this phone when he saw it. He was like, man, you gotta buy me one of those. But yeah, One very cool tip I'm gonna give you: if you're within the HoloPix application and you like somebody else's 3D picture, you can actually kind of steal it by pressing the screenshot button like that. So after that, when you go back to the red player over here, guys, let me just go back to the photos over here. Let me see, downloads, camera, pictures. Okay, pictures, screenshots. Check this out. You just did a screenshot in 4V format of this particular picture. Let me just switch it to 2D to see what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's the 2D regular picture that you see on your regular phones, and this is the 2D picture over here, guys. Absolutely stunning little tip from me. Now, what about 3D videos? Watching them without glasses on your phone is absolutely possible. Within the application itself, there are a few movies, but they're really not that interesting. What you want to do is download your own movies and watch them in 3D. What you have to do is rename the file as _2x1, and in that case, if it's MKV, there is no sound. You have to convert it to MP4 with an application called UCut. Is the fastest one available at the market right now and easiest to operate. But yeah, you've got a 3D movie. Check this out, guys. I know you can't really tell from the camera that it's a 3D movie, but you're gonna have to take my word for that. You can as well increase or decrease the 3D effect like that. So yeah, that's a pretty cool thing you can do on your phone, as well as you can download all the available 3D movies from the YouTube with this application called New Pipe. You basically download the SBS movies 3D and you watch them on 3D in your phone. Now the phone itself can actually shoot 3D videos, but they're really not good, guys. There is no point of me showing that to you. It just, you have to take my word for it. The 3D videos are not good. They're not, cinema grade videos. So yeah, they're not very good. I guess it's a work in progress. So apart from the 3D capabilities of the cameras, let's talk about their qualities otherwise. At the front, we've got an 8 megapixel shooter. It actually shoots in 4K, although without the stabilization. At 1080p, you've got one of the best stabilizations I've seen from a selfie camera, and overall I'm quite happy with the quality, especially considering that it's only 8 megapixel. That's one of the best 8 megapixel cameras money can buy. The bokeh effect is quite good as well. But on the back, we've got a duo of 12 megapixel cameras over here. They shoot in 4K, of course, without a stabilization. In 1080p, the stabilization is good, but I've definitely seen better ones. And overall, the quality of the pictures is not very good, guys. Especially in low light, everything falls apart. So apart from using those cameras for 3D, they're not actually that great in a regular usage. There is a 4K 60 FPS from both front and back cameras, but for whatever reason, they come out as a slow motion. I don't know, probably that's a bug on the camera application or something like that. But anyway, don't rely on the 60 FPS videos too much. So it's conclusion time, guys. Let's follow the VoloKin Spectrum scoring system for this particular phone as well. I've got 10 categories, 0 to 5 rate. So the first category is design and build quality, and although I really love the phone, I really like how it feels in the hand and is built like a tank, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 because it's way too heavy for everyday usage, and you really have to think about it, how you place it on a glass table, because you can definitely break it. The next category is security. You've got one of the best side-mounted fingerprint readers over here, and the face unlock is okay, but you have to swipe on the screen to unlock it, so I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 as well. The next category is battery life, and I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. Simply because it's not the fastest in terms of charging times, and of course you can get 7 hours of screen on time, but where this battery shines is that if you don't use the phone too much, I got the first 8 days, I use it only for a few photos. This phone lasted 8 days on battery life, guys. That's absolutely crazy for me. So 4 out of 5 is well deserved. The screen gets 5 out of 5 because it's a 3D screen. It gets 1 bonus point for that. Otherwise, LCD, 1440p, pretty much Quad HD display, no problems with the screen whatsoever. For the stereo speakers, I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. Although they're really pleasant when you listen to them indoors, outdoors they're pretty much useless and they distort. So yeah, the speakers are what they are, 3 out of 5. The headphone jack, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 because it's not the best, but at least you've got it over here and it sounds decent enough. The software, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 because you're missing some features, like you can't really control the saturation and everything on the screen, the color profiles. You can't really rearrange the buttons. You don't have the gesture controls as well. Otherwise, it's pretty much stock Android, so 4 out of 5. And the performance gets easily 5 out of 5. Snapdragon 835 is a very potent chip, even now in late 2019. And now the only two categories left are cameras. The selfie camera is quite good and it has a good stabilization in 1080p. I'm gonna give it 1 bonus point for being able to take 3D photos and videos, so I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 in this particular case. The rear camera, unfortunately, it's no more than 3 out of 5, guys, because the stabilization is okay. I've seen better ones. The camera quality is not very good, but because of the amazing 3D photos that you can take, I'm going to give it a bonus point, so 4 out of 5 as well. And how much is the VoloKin Spectrum score? 42 out of 50, which places it up there with the latest flagships of 2019, guys. And I can definitely say that if the phone wasn't that huge and heavy, that would have been my daily driver, because I'm about to go on holiday really soon and that would be the phone that I would wish to take with me. But if you're wearing shorts, it's physically impossible unless you put a belt on shorts which is gonna be a bit weird. Plus I really don't want to take this phone to the beach. So yeah, would I recommend you to buy this phone for $999 at the moment? Well, the iPhone XS is $999 at the moment. It starts from $999. The Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus is $999, and this phone offers so much, especially the design. It's absolutely going to stun everybody you show the phone to, and the 3D cameras are absolutely the main selling point of this phone, and they did an amazing job, guys. I can't really express on camera how, you know, warm I feel towards this phone. I expected to hate it, to be honest with you, because of the others' negative reviews, but I absolutely love the phone, guys, and I'm gonna be really sorry to see it go, simply because I need the money towards a purchase of another phone, simply because that's the small YouTuber life. And of course I didn't pay the full price of $1,000 for it. I went on eBay, I found the cheapest one. I'm not gonna say how much I paid for it, but it's 2 times less than what the asking price is at the moment for this phone. And yeah, I'm quite happy with this phone, guys. If you're not, how can I put it, if you don't mind a huge phone, that is the phone for you, guys. If you have good pockets or you drive with your car all day long, something like that, if you don't mind the overall size, that's one of the best phones money can buy. And the 3D camera is absolutely amazing. I'm surprised that on the Holopix application people keep sharing their photos. So yeah, almost 1 year after the release, things look good. Plus they can release one of the modes anytime, which is going to make it even more versatile. So yeah, that was my take on the Red Hydrogen 1 phone, guys. I'm not gonna forget this phone. It's one of my all-time favorite phones, guys, and I'm really glad that companies are experimenting in this way. It's something that you can live without, I mean the 3D characteristics, but it's something which is pretty nice and makes you unique, and you pretty much stand out in front of anybody else. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you in the next review. Adios.